Everyone, welcome to Spirit Guide Chat. My name is Jake. Welcome to my weekly tarot card reading on current events. I would like to thank everyone who's coming on, new and old, watching. And if you'd like to hit that subscribe button, that will greatly help me and the channel out to reach more of you out there to create a great light worker community. Feel free to comment, share, also ask any questions. I don't do personal questions, but I'm happy to answer any current event questions in future readings. Just to recap from last week, I know that if you look at the last week readings, I did talk about the government shutdown, and I said they would be avoided. However, there would be things that won't go through. So, you know, sometimes the cards can, with timing and things like that, can change. And also, I'm human. Even though I'm reading cards, listening to my spirit guides, I can interpret the cards wrong. And psychics, this is not just me, anybody could be psychics, tarot card readers, wrong because we're human. But I like to say that most of the time that when I've been doing these readings that it's been correct. And actually that this was not a long term shutdown. We were talking about a few days. So, but there wasn't an agreement that came across very quickly. With that being said, I want to start out with talking about, hold on one second before I go into. I'm trying to look back to see if there was anything else that I wanted to say and highlight. I don't think so. Okay. I wanted to go on in regards to with this new agreement with the funding. I was trying to think of what I was talking about. The funding, the DHS, aka Department of Homeland Security, is only funded to the 13th of this month of February. So Democrats have some demands that they want, like such as body cameras, no face masks, not needing warrants for arrest. So, etc. I might be missing some things, but let's see if the DHS funding spirit, if that will pass later this month. And if it doesn't pass, by the way, it's a partial government shutdown, so it's not a total government shutdown like earlier this year. So, will the DHS funding pass in a few weeks? DHS funding passed in Congress. All right. So here's the opportunities in this card, the Seven of Cups. What's the challenges? This is the King of Wands. So there's not surprising because it's only in a few weeks. So there's a lot of haste going on and scrambling and talking in regards to what we're seeing. And then, of course, we're talking about the funding, which is the foundation of this. And here's the Hierophant card in the recent past. Of course, talking about the government and whatnot. What is crowning this reading is the King of Swords, which we are talking about being disciplined, gaining some clarity on what both sides are wanting in this. And this is good. This is progressing very fast, of course, in the near future. We're talking about the Chariot card. And there is a lot of passion in regards to having these stipulations in this DHS funding. And coming from the outside, there are some proposals coming out in regards to options of things that people will willing to put in there. They're hoping for justice and fairness. Again, we're talking about things that they want. It's not that the Democrats are not wanting ICE agents per se. They're wanting things to put in ICE agents, policies, and things like that to create more fairness, more justice. That's in the hopes and fears. And there is going to be something that will end up passing. So that's what it's saying. There's going to be making decisions and whatnot. And there is very action driven with the Knight of Swords. So that we will see, right, in a few weeks how that goes. Now, I didn't ask if there were. I think when I did talk about if there was going to be limitations, there might not be what everything that they're asking for. There could be some things in there, but I don't think. I think in the long term, when Democrats take over, that's something I'm going to check to see where we're at in the have a recheck on the status of the midterms. But what I'm saying is that in the long term, ICE is going to have more. There's going to be more reforms on ICE. All right. The other big thing that happened during this week was with Tulsi Gabbard, the CIA director, being there in Fulton County, Georgia, where, of course, that the orange one insists that the 2020 election was stolen. I mean, we're talking about 6 years now, right? 6 years that we're still talking about that there's this obsession over. I mean, the guy supposedly won twice, so why are we obsessing about this? So, and it's odd that she was there, and then also on top of that, she had that whistleblower report hidden in her safe. And recently, it was shared by a bipartisan congressional committee in the and SCRIP. SCRIP, is that what it's called? It's the very secure location in Congress at the Capitol. So let's take a look at the future of Tulsi Gabbard. What spirit? Tell me the future of Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi Gabbard. Okay. We have the King of Cups here. Somebody that is balanced. However, it's being crossed by the King of Swords. There's deception. This person shows, and this is very much Tulsi Gabbard. She is perceiving herself as somebody who's balanced, who knows what she's doing. She's an ex, and she's a veteran. But in all reality, which a lot of us who's watching this is probably well known that she has this. I mean, it even came out as concerns when she was during her hearing to become CIA director about whether she was a Russian asset and whatnot. Okay, on the foundation is there's she's it's the fool card, but however in this instance when we're talking about what she basically is the fool right now in regards to what she's doing. She's doing what she's being asked. She wants to be in the good graces. Let's look in the recent past. The hidden agenda, the high priestess, surprise, surprise, when we're talking about deception and Tulsi Gabbard. But there might be some kind of financial opportunity, new opportunity on the horizon that's crowning this reading. There is some collaboration that will be going on again, with money, Queen of Pentacles in this, the outside, again, more wealth. So I'm thinking that what Spirit is saying, she's hoping to be viewed as a leader, however. But in the end, here, the Nine of Pentacles. So we see a lot of pentacles surrounding this. So there's a money factor in regards to what's coming towards her. She's getting paid to do this, to have this extra responsibility. Here's the 10 of wands, that burden. So I think I think she might end up leaving for a better opportunity. So she served her purpose. Here's an offer of a new opportunity. So because that whistleblower report, and let's ask that. I that's something that to look into. Um, See what's going to happen because of that whistleblower report to Tulsi Gabbard. What will be the result of the congressmen and women that saw that whistleblower report? What's going to come? What's going to become of that? And they had to. Oh, here's the justice card. So that's probably a reason why they probably will try to get rid of her. And I mean, move her out of that position. Nothing nefarious. Let's see. Let's not hope. Let's hope not. But anyways, because we don't want to ever wish anything like that on somebody. So here's the nostalgic card with the Six of Cups being crossed by the Moon card. So there's insecurities right now in regards to who she is. And it's going to be a challenge right now with the seven of wands there. She's going to have to defend herself. They're going back and forth in regards to the path with the two pentacles. Again, here's people collaborating. They're going to be talking and discussing what to do with this. And one of the things I think it is in the report or insinuated in the report is about the money. There's a money trail that's leading to her, and then there's the money. What's expanding on this 10 of Pentacles is the Lover's card. So there was some kind of agreement with there. What's coming from the outside is that this report's going to bring some hope here. Hope for the better, like getting rid of this. Again, the hopes and fears is the Temperance card, which bringing back balance. And there is going to be some kind of public victory in discovering this report. So I think so. On here is the on the bottom of the deck is the Page of Wands. So there's going to be something that will come from this. There is going to be I believe some kind of talk of investigation in regards to what was in this report and more questioning. So oh, there's so much stuff going on. All right. Let's get over with this app stuff. There's so much stuff going on right now, but let's look into, because they released some things, they didn't redact certain things, they redacted things that they shouldn't have, released a lot of victims' names and from personal information and pictures, and so let's just see if there's anything else coming out very soon that's going to be incriminating to individuals about the X files. Let's see. Spirit, is there any more things coming soon in regards to actual action that will be taking place? Because right now it's this information overload. There's not really anything moving forward. So is there stuff going to move forward from the X files towards people? Hmm. This one wanted to pop out the Five of Swords, winning at all costs. I think there's people right out there that just want to do whatever it takes, which is good. We want those people who are fighting to get this information out. So let's see the full picture here. Here's the Page of Swords we're starting out with. This is big energy in communicating this information. The Moon card, so releasing of this fear. They keep on communicating what's in there. Um, Again, a Page of Wands. This is really a lot of young people standing up on wanting the truth out from this. What in the recent past, you have the King of Wands overcoming challenges. This could be Ro Khanna and Thomas Massie in Congress pushing to get this through. There's an Ace of Swords, so the truth is going to be coming out. There are going to be breakthroughs coming up. There's going to be a lot of disappointment with the Five of Pentacles coming through, insecurities and things like that, and with the Nine of Wands, there's going to be, I feel like there might be more boundaries put about releasing this information. I know the victims, group of victims, have sued to stop this information, so there might be some more boundaries in regards to how this information comes out. On the outside, there's the Four of Wands, some victory community, being the victims finding community during this time. Difficult decisions, and we're at a crossroads, of course, when we're coming to this. Again, at the end, there is the Two of Lovers, so there is more coming out. I think there's people, again, and I've seen this before, that there's just something coming from the outside. Maybe Russia, somebody is going to release more information that was in the X files that hasn't been released or has been redacted. There's more information coming out, or even from I don't think they've released everything from the estate of Epstein. So, but yeah. Okay, with that, the next questions related to the Epps files, since the Clintons have agreed that they're going to testify. They want to have a public public testimony. So let's see what the aftermath. Let's just look at what the aftermath of their testimony is going to be. Spirit, what's going to be the aftermath of the Clintons' testimony in regards to the Epps files? What will be the aftermath with the Clintons? Ooh, cards are jumping today. So there's definitely a partnership. This is probably the Two Cups. This is definitely the Clintons working together. This is not their first rodeo in regards to congressional hearings. They are probably smarter than most of the people in the room. So, yeah. And for them to ask for it public, they want people to know what they're saying and everything that they know that they're saying. They want people seeing their reactions to the questions. So, ooh, aftermath of the Clintons' testimony. Here we go. Cards jumping again. There's judgment, and there's going to be searching for purpose too. I think there's going to be people asking, well, why are we questioning just them? Why aren't other people coming through? Especially Hillary, because she's not even in the file. So we have the King of Wands, the natural leader, and this could be representing overcoming challenges. This could be representing the Clintons. The Death card is being crossed. It's being crossed by the Death card. So I think they're going to be very careful in regards to what they are going to say, very careful in regards to how they're going to answer the questions. They're going to be very strategic in how they answer things. The Three of Wands is the foundation. There's a lot of preparation going on right now, not surprising in regards to their testimony. The Knight of Wands is in the recent past. There's a lot of energy and passion. They were wanting this to happen in essence. And he kind of knew that this was going to happen too, I should say. Knight of Pentacles is over that. Again, hard work, being really efficient in regards to preparing the preparation for this. They are going to this is the Six of Swords, so they're going to transition and move on from this out of troubled water. So I think their testimony, and this is going to be the disconnection, the Four of Cups. So they're not going to really find anything. They, as in the Congress is not going to find anything worthwhile in this testimony. Outside, there's a celebration and collaboration. This can represent the Democrats, more so the old school Democrats. If you heard on the news, a lot of the younger Democrats really don't have a connection with the Clintons, so which is kind of shocking considering the Clintons are one of the great Democratic leaders of where we're at today with the Democrats. So, but there's not a connection with a lot of the younger ones that's been said. So there's a lot of pain and stuff, the hopes and fears. The Three of Swords, this could be representing the Clintons have to be dragged out and testify here. But the truth will be coming out with the Ace of Swords. So there is going to be some breakthroughs in regards to what they testify. And yeah. So I think what I'm feeling is that the Clintons, especially Bill Clinton, he'll probably testify more so and talk about other people that were directly involved. He might have witnessed something or might have heard something. I think that's might be some breakthroughs in regards to individuals. I wouldn't be surprised that Bill or even both may implicate even the president, and state imply that he would have more information. So look out for things like that or other people in Trump's circle that they may implicate those people. All right. Uh, Last questions to ask before our general message. Man, time is flying. I want to check in with like I said earlier, with the midterms. Let's first look at the House. Period was in 2026 midterm elections. Will Democrats win the House majority? Will they win control of the House, the Democrats, after the 2026 election? All right. Okay, a lot of choices with the Seven of Cups. That's probably representing the voters right now. The Judgment card's on its side. There's some self doubt in regards to the Democrats again. They are gaining momentum and strength. They know this, but they, of course, don't want to put all their eggs in one basket. So here's the voter with the Nine of Cups, excuse me, the Nine of Cups, there, which comes through. Planning with the Two of Wands in the recent past. The devil is crowning this reading. So they're aware of that there are going to be shenanigans from the MAGAs, the Republicans trying to cut in or manipulate them, their momentum, how I should say. Two of Pentacles is in the near future, taking on multiple priorities, being adaptable to anything that gets thrown at them, but they have a lot of strength with the strength card towards the Democrat. Working diligently with the Eight of Pentacles, their hopes and fears is the Ace of Pentacles, and the Nine, they're going to have resilience and stand up against the Republicans, and that is a yes card again. And then there's the celebration with the Three of Cups. So this has been consistent time and time again for the last year that I've been doing this, like readings on the midterms. They have consistently have said the spirit has been saying that the Democrats will gain the majority in Congress. So let's look at the Senate. The Senate has been historically, when I've read, been kind of in the murkiness. But let's take a look because things have changed. People have stepped up to the plate. There's a more clarity on who's running. I think all the deadlines have passed to put your candidacy in. So let's take a look. Spirit, will the Democrats take over the majority of the U.S. Senate? Ooh, what's coming out? So there's a lot of trickery and betrayal with the Seven of Swords, and then there's there's a lot of insecurities with the Five of Pentacles. So, which is not surprising. That's not necessarily meaning that the Dems are not going to get it. It's just that they're aware this is a much tougher road ahead, that there is going to be more shenanigans when it comes to the Senate versus the House, because there's more at stake. The Senate terms are 6 years in, unlike the House, not all the senators are up for re-election at a time. So again, Spirit, will the Dems take the majority after the 2026 election? All right, so we have the Four of Swords. So there's been a lot of recuperation and retreat with the Dems, with the Senate Dems. We'll cross by the Page of Wands. There's been a lot of lack of direction, I would say, with the Senate versus the House. But underneath this, there's some endings and beginnings. So there is a change going on with the Democrats in the Senate. The Sun card is in the recent past, so there's a lot of strength behind this. Like I just said earlier before I did this reading on this question, there's been a change in regards to people stepping up, strong candidates, Democratic candidates that stepped up to the plate. Again, this was the outcome card from the last one, with the Nine of Wands. They're going to be persistent. They're going to be strong and stand up for themselves, but yet they're going to show compassion. I think that's what has shown with the voters, that a lot of people want to feel connected with their politicians. So the Queen of Cups. And then here's the Empress card. This could mean Russia might be involved. However, I feel in this one, since we're talking about the Queen of Cups, this is connected to that, and coming out to that, we're talking about connecting to the real bread and butter issues, talking about affordability, talking about how they're going to help take care of their voters' needs. And of course, there's anxiety and worry from the outside. Hopes and fears, again, they're being tied up with their negative self-thought. I mean, this is a much harder struggle. This is saying no with the Ten of Swords, which is not good, but they're still going to be working diligently with the Eight of Pentacles. They're going to have look at things a different way. But this is right now at this moment. Does this mean that it's necessarily going to happen this way? Not necessarily. It can also even mean that I didn't ask this question, but we've had a time where there was a 50-50 Senate, which can still happen. In that case, of course, it still would be Republicans, because the vice president is the president of the Senate, and he would have the tie-breaking vote. That was the reverse during part of Biden's term, where there was a 50-50 Senate and the Democrats had control technically, because Vice President Harris was the president of the Senate at the time. So, all right, we're ready for the general message. Again, please like and subscribe. I appreciate any comments and feedback, and let's hear the general message the Spirit Guide has for all of us. Spirit, give us a message for the general population. Again, Seven of Wands. The cards are jumping out today. Maintaining control. And I was thinking about that too. We're going to hang in there. I know sometimes with February is going to be a very difficult time. We're not at the bottom totally yet, but we just have to keep our balance and control. So, Spirit, let's hear what message you have for everyone. Okay. Like I said about February, there's going to be a lot of swift changes, a lot of changes, headlines coming through, very fast, very rapid change with the Eight of Wands. What's this being crossed by for the Four of Pentacles? So, this is talking about, sometimes it's talking about money being stingy and stuff like that, but it also is talking about protecting ourselves during this time of swift change. It's just like the Seven of Wands, keeping our balance. So doing whatever you need to do to keep yourself self preserve yourself, self preserve our sanity, our health, whatever you need to do, we need to do this, because right now it is going to be a heavy time with the Ten of Wands. In the recent past, there's the Seven of Cups. There was so much stuff going on, so many cups to look at, so confusing to us. And then right now with the Four of Cups, sometimes it's just time to disconnect from things, disconnect, reevaluate where you want to go, what you're going to do. And the Five of Cups, this is the minor death card, meaning that there's a lot of disappointment, feel of grief of what things used to be like, which is okay because we're going through switch changes and we're being forced to go into this new direction, whether we like it or not. And it's okay to feel grief, but it also is a call to action and action to do some changes, reconnect, like the High Priestess, reconnect to our higher selves, or whatever that may be, whatever spiritual things that you need, and to trust yourself in regards to what you need to do. In the hopes and fears, it's try to avoid some of the conflicts that you may come across. If you run into some conflicts, just walk away. This is not, remember, we're trying to, during this time, trying to preserve ourselves. We don't want extra stress with some people who may deal with stress, can't deal with their stress, so they'll get angry at whoever's the closest to them. And again, you saw me mix up the cards. We have the Seven of Wands coming up again, maintaining control, trying to maintain the control. And then we are going to eventually get through this and celebrate together with the Four of Wands, transition out from troubled waters with the Six of Swords, and we'll have justice with the Justice card. So there you go. Again, I understand this is a hard time. We're all dealing with it in a different way. But I think overall I can just advise to keep yourself grounded. Do what you know that makes you feel balanced and reconnected. Try to avoid disagreements. Just walk away and we will get through this together. And find your people. That will help too. With that, thanks again, everyone. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Until next time, bye-bye.